Over 2 million casualties. Winter turned human bodies into frozen monuments. The Battle of Stalingrad wasn't just a military defeat, it was a complete erasure of an entire generation. In 1942, the Soviet Union faced extinction. Nazi Germany's Army Group South drove toward the Volga River with mechanical precision. One industrial city stood in the way: Stalingrad. What followed would redefine the meaning of warfare itself. The summer of 1942 belonged to Hitler. German forces had conquered France, dominated Eastern Europe, and driven deep into Soviet territory. Operation Barbarossa, launched in June 1941, initially appeared unstoppable. Soviet casualties mounted into the millions, yet Stalin refused to surrender. Moscow and Leningrad endured brutal sieges. The Wehrmacht pushed toward the Caucasus oil fields, critical for Nazi war production. A single city blocked their path: Stalingrad. The city itself was strategically vital. Controlling it meant controlling the Volga River, the Soviet Union's industrial lifeline. Losing Stalingrad meant losing access to oil, grain, and vital supply routes. For Germany, capturing the city meant victory on the Eastern Front. Hitler wasn't seeking a military objective anymore. Pride replaced strategy. A city bearing Stalin's name must fall, he declared. This obsession would cost him everything. The assault began on August 23, 1942. German Luftwaffe bombers reduced the city to rubble in a single afternoon. Entire neighborhoods vanished. Civilians died by the thousands. The devastation provided Soviet defenders an unexpected advantage. Ruins became perfect defensive positions. Soviet commander Georgy Zhukov arrived to organize resistance. His strategy was brutal but clear: hold the city at any cost. Soldiers were ordered to fight to the last man. Surrender meant death, but so did fighting. For months, the two armies ground each other to dust. German forces controlled most of the city by November. Soviet defenders held narrow strips of rubble along the Volga's eastern bank. The fighting descended into urban hell of close-quarter combat. Temperatures plummeted to -40 degrees Celsius. Soldiers froze in their trenches. Frostbite killed as many men as bullets. Supply lines froze solid. The Germans, ill-equipped for Russian winters, died by tens of thousands. Meanwhile, Soviet generals plotted. Operation Uranus was set to begin. It would change everything. On November 19, 1942, Soviet forces launched a massive counteroffensive. Over 1 million troops attacked from north and south, encircling the German Sixth Army. The Wehrmacht suddenly found itself surrounded. The German general, Friedrich Paulus, requested permission to retreat. Hitler refused. Hold the city, the Führer ordered. Relief columns would break through. They never came. The Sixth Army was trapped. Food ran out. Ammunition dwindled. Winter intensified. Starvation became the primary killer. Soldiers ate their horses. Then supplies ran completely dry. Cannibalism wasn't rare. It was routine. By January 1943, hope was extinct. Soviet forces tightened the noose with mechanical precision. Hitler promoted Paulus to field marshal, a rank never given to a surrendering soldier. The message was clear: surrender meant death. Yet surrender came anyway. On February 2, 1943, the Sixth Army capitulated. Over 90,000 survivors were taken prisoner. Of those, 80,000 died in Soviet captivity over the following years. Stalingrad had consumed an entire army. The Battle of Stalingrad cost approximately 2 million lives. Combined casualties, German, Italian, Romanian, Hungarian, and Soviet, exceeded anything previously witnessed in human history. But the victory wasn't merely military, it was psychological. Stalingrad marked the moment Germany's invincibility shattered. Soviet soldiers had defeated the Wehrmacht, the army that had conquered Europe. The German people knew the truth. Over 90,000 soldiers missing. Entire units erased from existence. Goebbels declared 3 days of national mourning. German families received telegrams, millions of them. Stalingrad became the turning point. Germany would never recover from the losses. The Soviet Union, despite staggering casualties, now possessed momentum. From Stalingrad onward, Germany retreated. The Soviets pushed westward, liberating Eastern Europe and eventually reaching Berlin itself. The dominoes had fallen. The Third Reich's fate was sealed by the frozen banks of the Volga. The city itself lay largely destroyed. Soviet forces rebuilt it after the war, renaming it Volgograd in 1961. The Motherland Calls, a monumental statue, was erected to commemorate the victory. Today, Stalingrad remains a symbol of human resilience and industrial warfare's staggering cost. No battle before had consumed so many lives in such a short span.